There you go. Good morning. Oh, while I wait for the last one to come in there. There you go. You do the wet willy, then you flush it. Then you flush it. There you go. DJ Wonder Chrissy here. It is Saturday, February 25th. We're headed towards the end of the month, and we've already, if you noticed the trailer or the intro here, we got some St. Patty's Day influence getting going. So I'm sure the Irish in Chicago on the south side, the Beverly neighborhood, are looking forward to another awesome St. Patty's Day. Loads of green beer, corned beef, soda bread, and whatever else they come up. Cabbage. Corned beef and cabbage, folks. We gotta love that. So, good morning. Good morning. As I said before, I'm DJ Wonder Chrissy. We got some bad news reports today, but it's reality, folks. It's reality. Migrant crime is spiking. Our border is wide open. And the people of America need to know this. They need to know this. They need to realize how their government is failing them, folks. Your government is failing you on many, many fronts. If it's not inflation, it's crime. Just get up and look around. Pull yourself away from the TV or the computer and get out in America and see what's going on. Watch the news. Watch your local news. There's a lot of people that, when I talk to them, they say they hate watching the news because it's depressing. Well, I'm here to tell you, you need to watch the news. You need to come to grips with reality in some way, shape, or form. Don't put your head in the sand, folks. Do not put your head in the sand. You need to come to grips with what's going on and what the politicians are doing to our country. Okay? And it's not good. It's not good. So the first report here today is going to be kind of hard to digest, but let's nonetheless, we got to report the news. We've got to report the news. So, I guess we can say that. Let's get that one going. It's not. Let's see here.
That's where police have.
At least the police were able to get somewhat. They're able to get a suspect in this one pretty quickly. So let me straighten myself out here before we let this one go. And this is reality, folks. I'm sorry we have to report this, but this is reality, and I'm sure it's playing out in many cities on many days all across our country, and that's part of the problem. So here we go.
Made an arrest in connection to the death of 22-year-old Laken Riley. The Augusta University nursing student was found dead yesterday at the University of Georgia. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 5 News at 6. I'm Tom Haynes in for Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Authorities say Riley's body was found after she didn't return from a run near the intramural fields. Tonight we bring you team coverage, including a closer look at the victim's life. We begin with Fox 5's Kim Luffler near the UGA campus. And Kim, we just learned about that arrest within the last hour. What details can you give us tonight?
Well, Athens Clark County Police have had their mobile command center set up here at the Cielo at Azulik Apartments, right off of Millage Avenue, all throughout the day. Now, around 1 o'clock today, we learned from UGA officials that they had a person of interest police were questioning. But as you mentioned, within the last hour, we've learned a suspect has been taken into custody. Police in and GVI officials spent all day Friday searching near this apartment complex off of Millage Avenue in connection to the death of 22-year-old Lincoln Riley. Around noon Thursday, police say Riley's friend called them concerned after she didn't return from a run at the intramural fields near Lake Herrick. They found her body in that area soon after with visible injuries. According to UGA officials, Riley was enrolled at UGA through the spring semester of 2023 and then transferred to the Augusta University College of Nursing in Athens. She was a member of the Alpha Chi Omega sorority. Both campuses canceled classes Friday. Family members placed flowers by Lake Herrick Friday morning. They weren't ready to speak on camera, but it was clear to see how much they loved her. UGA students we spoke to were shaken up.
It's tragic because it happened in my backyard. I jog in the park about every single day, so I don't feel safe.
Students say this apartment complex isn't a spot where students typically live.
This housing is just about for anybody. I don't know the residents very well.
You can rest assured that the University of Georgia Police, in cooperation, you can all see, with Athens Clark County Police and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, are continuing to work around the clock to resolve this crime and to bring anyone involved with it to justice.
Now, we are still waiting to learn more about this suspect. We are expecting an update from investigators in about an hour. We'll be sure to bring you those updates as soon as we get them. Live this evening in Athens, Kim Loeffler, Fox 5 News.
So happy to hear the police have made an arrest in the case, Kim. Thanks.
Homeowners, if...
Hi, Mark Barden.
So let me cue up another one here, maybe a little more recent, where it talks about the person that they arrested and the fact that all indications are that it is an illegal migrant who's got a history too. Had some brushes with the law several times. Came across the border in September of 2022, I believe, from what I heard. So here's a more recent update out of Fox Atlanta. So let's give this one a go.
A young woman at the University of Georgia's campus. Investigators with the school's police department announced they have a suspect in custody. They say 26-year-old Jose Antonio Ibarra will face a slew of charges, including malice murder and felony murder. Fox 5's Mary Smith attended a news...
Yeah, they're throwing the book at him as they should. And I wouldn't be surprised if they come after him with a few more.
Conference following the arrest. She joins us live from the campus with the details. Mary?
Investigators announced those charges against the suspect, saying they don't believe that he knew the victim in this case. He was taken into custody today as investigators say the evidence is, quote, robust.
we are obtaining arrest warrants for Jose Antonio Ibarra, 26 years of age. He lives here in Athens, but is not a U.S. citizen.
UGA police have taken Jose Antonio Ibarra into custody in connection with the death of 22-year-old Laken Riley.
He has been charged with the following: malice murder, felony murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, kidnapping, hindering a 911 call, and concealing the death of another.
Police say Thursday, Riley's roommate called them concerned when she didn't come home after going for a run in this area near intramural fields. Police found her unconscious and not breathing in a nearby wooded area behind Lake Herrick. Laken attended UGA through spring of 2023, then transferred to a nursing program at Augusta University in Athens. At the press conference Friday night, police were asked her cause of death.
Blunt force trauma.
And what connection, if any, she had to the suspect.
At this time, the investigation suggests that they had no relationship. He did not know her at all. I think this was a crime of opportunity where he saw an individual and bad things happen. The evidence suggests that this was a solo act.
So, folks, as I've been telling you on this channel for the last couple of months, you need to have your head on a swivel. You need to be prepared. You need to have some security. If at all possible, although this is in the middle of the day, but we're seeing this more and more. People being having crime performed against them in the middle of the day. There's a video, I'll see if I can find it, just last week where a 60-year-old lady was assaulted at 12 noon in Chicago as she walked down the street as 3 thugs wanted her purse. So, and we've talked about this before. I've had family members who have been verbally assaulted in grocery stores in the morning, inside of grocery stores in the 7 o'clock in the morning by weirdos. So it can happen anywhere, and you got to be aware. You got to be have your head on a swivel and looking for stuff to happen and be able to deal with it in a timely fashion.
We took 3 or 4 people in custody. However, we're only going to arrest 1 in this case.
As of Friday night, police said investigators were still searching the suspect's apartment.
At this time, the search warrant is taking place at the apartment right now as we speak. That evidence is not known. I will say we didn't need the evidence inside of the apartment to convict Mr. Ibarra.
And Chief Clark went on to say there's no indication of a continuing threat to the community related to this case at this time. The suspect will be transported to the Athens-Clarke County Jail. We're live in Athens. Mary Smith, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, such a relief for so many people in that community. Mary, thanks.
Okay, so at least they're coming to some quick closure on that, although I feel for the family. This should not have happened, folks. Let me say that again. This should not have happened. As you'll find out, this guy was arrested in New York City for several things, let go, migrated to Georgia. We'll find out more about his history, but he's just a bad dude. It's possible that he could actually be part of a gang. It's possible he could have came out of a jail in Venezuela. There's a lot of bad actors coming across our border, folks. We've been reporting this for a while, and we're starting to see the spike in the crime coming out of the borders. So take care of yourself and be prepared. That's all I can say is be prepared. And you need to have multiple ways of dealing with this. Personally, myself, I have several ways that I protect myself at all times wherever I go. I'm not relying on one method. So you need to prepare. You need to protect yourself. You need to be able to handle the situations as they arise. So we're going to move on to another topic that I like to talk about. This is a crazy topic too, but crazy in a different way. So let's bring this one up. Here's one where look at this. Wow, look at all this advertisement. But anyway, it's not about the advertisement. It's about this building here. They're going to tear down this 68,000 square foot office building so they can put in Tesla charging stations in Los Angeles. This is a building that's basically been returned to the bank, and the bank has decided that they're going to demolish this building and put in charging stations for EVs. This is how crazy the economy has gotten. I'm hearing more and more on the streets that the banking industry is going through they're ratcheting up the difficulties within the banking industry. What you're seeing is, the banks are trying to slow down the the amount of mortgages, commercial bank mortgages that are coming due, and they realize that a vast majority of those mortgages can't be successfully renewed, and they're doing everything to slow it down, to allow it to push it off to another rainy day. And things like this happen when they've gone through all those options and delays and ways of slowing the process down. At the very end, they got to do something with the building. And here's an example of that. They've decided that tearing it down, and they're probably getting some government subsidies to put in charging stations. So financially, someone's made a decision to tear this beautiful building down and turn it basically into a parking lot. So you're going to see a lot of that happen this year as, like I said, commercial-backed mortgages have increased, the renewals of them, and not everyone can renew them. There's a huge gap with a lot of this commercial real estate, and the people that own it basically are forced to turn the keys into the bank, and you're going to see our banks taking the lumps on this and doing drastic things like this, tearing it down. Saves them on taxes, saves them on maintenance, and if they don't take action at some point, it could turn the bank into being broke. So this is just growing, folks. So check out Weiss, WEISS ratings.com, where you can check your bank and credit union and see how it's rated, if it's stable or not. There's probably, I think there's like 5,000 banks out there. Let me see if I can pull that website up. Let's see if we can go to Weiss Ratings. There was about 800, I think. Let's see here. Let's see, banking. So here's your banks. There's another list for credit unions. There's like 4,500 banks, probably 5,000 credit unions in the United States. You'll see here they rate them. Let's see if I got this showing for you now. It's not showing. Let me bring it over. Here's your overall summary of banks from WeissRatings.com. You'll see that only 155 are rated as A. About 1,800 are rated B. 2,000, the majority is rated as C. Then you get into the D's and E's, where you have about 600. So yeah, you got some banks. We've got some issues, and those are the ones you need to be aware of. These D's and E's you need to stay away from, or at least be aware that you have a potential for bank failure or collapse. It's not a good situation. And if you click into here, you'll be able to filter and see all those banks. You'll see that they exist all across the country. It's just not in one geographic area. And it's also different sizes of banks, small, medium, and large. So not a lot of good news here today, but I just want to bring you some reality. Here's some right here. Here's are the bad ones. A E plus. Yeah, I guess if you're getting a E, you might as well get an E plus, right? Better than an E minus. Here you go. They're all across. The 80 of them all across the nation here. Fort Worth, Iowa, Ohio, Kansas, Houston, Irvine. You can just go through here and check them out, or pump in the name of your bank and it'll give you a rating for your bank. There's some Florida, Alabama, Missouri, Atlanta, Buffalo, Texas, Vermont. There you go. This is a great tool. This company called in 2008, 2009, the last financial collapse, like 258 banks went under. This website called those out before they happened. So very good website. They update the data quarterly. You just click in here and you'll tell you when there's rating date as of November 23rd. There is a little bit of delay. This is historic information, so if something's happened recently at that bank, it's not going to pick that up. But they basically take all the data available that's reported by these banks, and they crunch it. They have some algorithms, and they rate them on how good the banks are here. They give you capitalization, asset quality, profitability, liquidity, and stability, and they rate them. They tell you why they rate them, and you can even get historical ratings for these banks. So great tool. I use this quite a bit when I'm buying CDs through Charles Schwab. I use this to tell me how good or bad the bank is before I put my money in there. Even though I'm only putting my money in there for 30 days, which and I also keep it below the $250,000 limit. I still want to know how good or bad that bank is, because you never know. I mean, the bank could take your money and end up going under, and then you got a month or two before you get your money back from the FDIC, and you have to go through that whole process. But anyway, great tool, weissratings.com. Check it out. It's free. You can even get a subscribed membership to and probably get some more data. But the amount of data you get for free is unbelievable. You can check stocks, check banks, you can check insurance companies, a little bit of everything here, folks. Great website if you're into finances. So there you go. Let's see where we're at here. Wow, we're at 22. It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. So let me clean the screen up here a little bit. Today's Saturday. It's the weekend. Have a great day. It's like in 30s here today in Chicago, I think. Let's see, 24 degrees. We're getting a cold spell. Things are pretty quiet on the migrant front, although we keep hearing about all the money shortages that the state, local, and counties are going to be experiencing real soon. And we're headed towards the end of March, middle of March, end of March, where they're going to be, a lot of the migrants, their shelter stays are going to be up. They're going to be up. So the buses have slowed. Haven't heard much about buses or influx of migrants, but I suspect places like Denver is going to be sending in some migrants. And I also heard that the state of Illinois is funding the removal or the exodus of anyone, migrants that wish to move on to another town also. So it's kind of like duck, duck, goose here within the United States, as every city and blue state tries to pass off their migrants to someone else, and the financial liability that goes along with it. So that's all I have for today. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. It does matter. It helps with the algorithm. And check out our whole channel. We got a lot of good videos out there. DJ Wonder Chrissy over and out. Have a good weekend. Bye.